YouTube. That was actually too much. So, today's video, I think I'm gonna do another story time for you guys. Today's story, hold on. I can't continue without repping the fact that I am wearing today a Juwan Ali piece. I'm gonna put the link in the description below so that you guys can shop, because do you see this? Who else is doing? And if y'all see anybody else do this on their sleeves, just know where they got it from. That's period. Love his work, very talented artist. I will continue to spend all of my money there until I'm broke. Anyways, like this video and subscribe if you want to keep on seeing more videos. You know you love seeing this face. Yeah, so follow me on all social media. That's gonna be at BeeLovesFreedom on Instagram, Twitter, and right here on YouTube. Come be a part of the family. You know, we got lots to talk about. I'm gonna do different things every week. You know what it is. So let's get into the story. Today's story is gonna be about how I tried Black Tinder. Black Tinder, you ask? Black Tinder, huh? They have that? Yes, okay, so the app is called Black, spelled B-L-K, and basically it is Tinder for Black people solely. And you know, we all go through those little phases where we're like, I'm bored. I need to just get on Tinder. I need to fuck with somebody. I need to fuck somebody. You know what I'm saying? I don't necessarily go to Tinder to look for hookups. I don't know what I'd be on there looking for. Really, I'd be on there when I'm bored. But anyways, so I had just gotten out of a pretty long-term relationship, and after maybe like the 6-month point, I was like, you know, it's about that time. I should get back out there. You know what I'm saying? I'm just sitting here wasting away. Anyways, so I was like, let me download Tinder, you know. Not that anything good has ever come from Tinder, ever, at any point in time in anyone's life. I don't know if that's true. If you've ever had a good experience with Tinder, or if you've ever had a relationship that lasted more than like a month, drop a comment, because I want to know about that. Tell us a little bit of your story, because shit, there might be hope for me yet. I downloaded Tinder. I was like, you know, I think I already had a profile from back in the day. So tried to use my login. Y'all. Tell me why Tinder banned my account. They were like,
no, you're done here.
Because I don't know what I was doing. I hadn't used it in years, but apparently whatever I did last got me banned, canceled. I was no longer allowed on Tinder premises. So I truly and utterly was in shock, and I was hurt because I was like, wait, hold on, what? I don't even know what I did. Honestly, thinking back on it, I was a lot more public about my nudism back in the days, so I probably had a couple of racy photos on there, or what they considered to be racy. Anyways, I feel like that's not as big as an offense of what some people be doing on there, but that's neither here nor there. So yeah, I was banned from Tinder, but I was like, okay, you know what? I don't need Tinder anyways, because it don't be nothing but a bunch of dusty, musty crusties on here. So, and suddenly everybody was on there looking for like threesomes or like their unicorns and shit, and I was like, okay, you know what? Y'all got it. So what did I do? A Black Tinder. And I don't know if Black is created by Black people, or if it's created by white people for Black people, or if it's created by the same people that created Tinder. But child, exact same layout, pretty much the exact same thing. It's just Black people on there, which was fine with me, because that's basically my preference. I'm not gonna say that I just am completely against interracial relationships. It's just the fact that with me, I just feel like you don't know what it is or what it's like to be Black unless you are Black. So I need to be with a black person, because that's just a bond in a relationship that I feel like is necessary and essential to me. I have nothing against what everybody else feels, but personally, for me, I need to be with someone black. It's just a bond that you can't have between anybody else. And that's just period. So now I'm pissed because I recorded the whole video, and by the time I got to the end and looked at my phone, it was like off. Like, I guess at some point I ran out of storage and my phone was like, okay, yeah, you're done. So if you see me periodically checking to see if it's still recording, that's what I'm doing. And if the lighting and framing is kind of different, oh well, too bad, so sad. Anyways, where was I before it cut off? I downloaded the Black app, and I'm just left swiping away because I'm like, really, I'm not interested in any of these folk. And so for the guys that I did match on, I kind of just like sent them a message and was like, hey, I don't really be on here, so if we match, just hit me up on Instagram. This is my Instagram, at BeeLovesFreedom, because, you know, I check my DMs more often than I even check my text messages, so I'm definitely not gonna be on this Black app looking for my messages. So yeah, and child, this is where all of that was a preface to what is actually about to happen now. So it's this one guy, I don't know his name to this day, it was never important to me, so that's neither here nor there. So he hits me up on Instagram and he's like, yeah, you know, we matched and I just wanted to, you know, come over here and talk to you. So I was like,
okay, this looks like an upstanding brother with a good head on his shoulders or whatever, you know, he's kind of attractive, you know, nice.
Whatever. And so I'm like, okay, yeah, cool, whatever, my name is B, etc. And so he's like, hey, why don't we FaceTime? And so, y'all, let me just say right here and now that talking on the phone, especially to somebody that I don't know, and talking on FaceTime is just a no for me. Like, okay, I already hate talking on the phone because honestly, like, nobody be talking about anything. We'd just be sitting there listening to each other breathe, and that's just not a move for me. Like, it's not cute. This isn't the 90s anymore. Like, nobody just wants to sit on the phone and do nothing. Or I don't, at least. I be having things to do, so we're not just gonna sit on the phone and talk about nothing. Anyways, so the fact that I agreed to FaceTime, well, it wasn't even FaceTime. You know how it's like Instagram has the video chat? That's what we did, because I wasn't gonna give him my number just off rip. So the fact that I even agreed to that just showed that I was trying. So now that I've said that, I was like, okay, I'm about to go to work, so we can chat a little bit while I'm smoking my blunt, you know, and then I'll go to work. So we're FaceTiming, doing the little video call, and he's like, oh, you know, we're just talking about each other, getting to know each other, I guess. And he's like, well, where do you work? And I was like, well, I work at a place that rhymes with Sconce Pity Sharkfish. So he was like, oh man, I love Sconce Pity Sharkfish. They got a really good ramen spot up there that I love going to. I go there all the time, or whenever I'm in town. And I'm like, oh, well, where do you live? And he's like 30 minutes out in the opposite direction from the 30 minutes out that I am from Atlanta. So I was like, okay, cool, whatever. He said some weird things, like the thing that really had me like, what are you talking about? He like when I first got on the phone, he was like, okay, we got the same hair, so I think this is gonna work out. I was like, nigga, huh? And at the time I had like some really long faux locks, so I was just like, this isn't even my hair, first of all, and secondly, what does that have to do with anything? But I didn't say any of that to him. I was just like, eh. So whatever, the time came that I had to go to work, and I said bye to him or whatever. I get to work, and then in the middle of my shift I get a text from him that's like,
I'm on the way to Sconce Pity Sharkfish.
and I'm like, okay, what that got to do with me? Because I'm at work and we weren't planning to link up, so I just ignored it. So like a couple hours later, he's like,
Yeah, I'm here. Where you at?
and I was just like, no, because we were never planning on meeting. That's not what I'm trying to do. I don't know you. I don't know if you're crazy. Plus, I'm at work, so it's not like I can just drop what I'm doing and like come and rendezvous with you. So I just kind of leave that alone. And then I think that same night, my best friend, we're gonna call her Bunny. If you know, you know. One of like our coworkers was like, yeah, I wanna take you out or something like that, and da 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 da. And I was like,
Yes, go ahead and see what he's about, you know.
long story short, it was horrible. I should have never encouraged her to do it. No. So the next day, I felt bad that I had even pushed her to give this nigga the time of day. So I was like, you know, let's get brunch. I'll get it, you know, take you out on a little date of our own to make up for that shitty date that you went on. So, and while we're sitting here, we got like, I'm gonna say like 4 mimosas each. Like it was 2 glasses, but they put 2 mimosas in each glass because we were like, yeah, we were like, y'all don't have bottomless? And they were like, nah. So we were like, okay, like just put 2 in your largest glass and then like 2 of each for both of us. Plus we were about to go to work, so we're like, let's go get lit before work. So that's what we did. We were having our little mimosas or whatever. And so while we're sitting there and eating, the dude hits me up in my DM and is like,
you know, like, let's set up a time to link and we can do whatever.
and I was like, I was telling Bunny, what would happen if I just actually told these niggas how I feel? Like, you know how you be talking to your friend and you be like,
I really don't like this dude. I have no desire to be serious or continue with them.
but then when you talk to the dude, it's like, yeah, of course, that'd be great. And then you just never link up. So I was like, okay, let's see what happens if I just stop beating around the bush and tell him flat out how I feel. So that's what I did. I was like,
Look, I really don't see this going anywhere. I don't really feel like we're compatible, or I don't want to do it. I'm just not taking this seriously.
so I don't think that you should waste your time. And when I tell you, this man immediately became hostile. I was like, oh, he starts going off and he's like,
See, I already knew that your ass wasn't about it and that you were on that bullshit, and
I was like, whoa, hold on, honey, sweetie, if we got a problem, you could see me. Like, what is going on here?
he was like, yeah, I already knew that you weren't about it and that you were gonna be on that bullshit because the other day when I pulled up the Scott's Pity Sharkfish, you were nowhere to be found and you were ignoring my text and da 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 da.
And I was like, okay, well, I mean, first of all, we didn't have any plans to link up, so I don't know why you came up there looking for me. And now he's furious because he's like,
First of all, I don't need your permission to be in a public place. I was just up there getting me some ramen, and
I was like, okay, so why were you looking for me? Like, he is going crazy at this point. He is mad. He's like,
I don't need your permission to do anything. I am a grown man and da 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 da.
I was like, no one said that you weren't grown. No one said that you didn't have permission to come up there. I was just asking, why did you feel it necessary to think that we were gonna be doing any talking that day? Like, that's not what we planned. I don't even know why you really came up there. So it was just weird for me. And he was like,
Well, if you thought that I had your number saved, you're sadly mistaken because
you, and I was like, wait, I don't even know your name. Who cares? Like, did you think that your number was saved? So I was just like, boy, what? Bye. Like, at this point, I'm tipsy, so I truly don't give a fuck. And I was just like, okay, well, see, this is why I be beating around the bush with these boys, because I don't know if they're gonna go crazy and try and kill me. Anyways, I'm like, okay, you know what, honey? This was never going anywhere, so it's okay. Like, we can just part ways right here and keep it moving. And he's like,
well, you know what? You're blocked.
so he blocks me. And I'm like, okay, yeah, this is why I don't be fucking around with these apps. This is why you meet people in person, like the good old days. And I was just like, okay, well, you know what? If we're on Tinder, there's a pretty good reason probably that we're on there. Either you've lost hope and think that you're gonna find something better there because people are like-minded there, or you've just been rejected by everyone in real life, so you're like, okay, well, maybe somebody online will want me. And I think that was the case for him because, child, I was like, why are you getting hostile? Like, why are you going crazy right now? We don't even know each other. You don't know anything about me other than the fact that my name is B. And that's not even my government. Like, so I was just like, settle down, my good friend, like, settle down. So me and Bunny are about done eating our food. We're all lit off our mimosas. We're like, okay, it's time to go to work. And that's what we did. Like, I didn't think about him for the rest of my life. Like, I just thought that this was gonna be a funny story. I just felt like this was complete justification on the fact that I'm not in a relationship for a reason. That's the way that the universe wants it right now. Like, I just need to be focusing on working on myself, making sure that I'm doing all the healing of trauma that I need, and building something so that I actually have something to bring to the table when it's time for me to be in a relationship, because the good looks just aren't gonna cut it anymore. You know what I mean? And so I'm like, all right, that's what I need to be focusing on right now. When it's time, it's time. And I just feel like we all need to respect that. And yeah, really, that's it. Like, it's nothing wrong with being single. It's fine. Right now, I have zero desire to be in a committed relationship with anyone. Like, I've done my little dating here and there, but it's like, I'm good. I feel great. We don't need to do this right now, and that's fine. Tell me if you guys had any experiences like this with Tinder, or if you've ever used Black. I want to know. Leave the comments down below. If you like this video, leave a thumbs up. Subscribe to my channel. You can even cut on those little notification bells if you like. Every Wednesday, I'm gonna post a video right here. It's your girl B Taylor at BeeLovesFreedom. You can follow me here. Also on Instagram and Twitter, same name. I mean, shit. Thanks for fucking with me. Peace. Oh, my mind is feeling